Hi, my name is Irene and I'll be doing the YLOC 5th grade lesson 9, compare and order decimals less than 1. So for question 1 it asks, compare the decimals right greater than, less than, or equal to for each question. So for number 2 it says 0.6 blank 0.06. So since all of these questions, like the first point is the point the 0 is, all of them just have a 0 before the point. We have to look at the number after the point for all of these questions. So like whole numbers for these types of questions, we just have to look at the number after the point and see which one is greater. So it says 0.6 and 0.06, and since the number after the point is 6 and it's 0 for this number, it's going to be greater than. So 0.6 is greater than 0.06. So I'll do another one. So it says 0.56 blank 0.65. So we have to look at the point after, we have to look at the number after the point. So there is 0.56 and 0.65. And because 6 is greater than 5, the answer will be 0.56 is less than 0.65. Moving on, it says order each set of numbers from least to greatest. So now that we know that, like, for questions with a 0 before the point, so we have to look at the numbers after the point. So we have to look at the first digit after the point. So it's 4, 7, and 1. And since 7 is the greatest, we have to look for least to greatest. So since 1 is the least number, we have to put 1 first, 0.13 first, and then since 4 is less than 7, we have to put 0.45 next. And then since 0.72 is the greatest, we put that as the last number. I'll do another one. So it says for number 8, 0.35, 0.315, and 0.305. So we have to look at the first digit after the point, but they're all 3s. So we have to move on to the number after it. And then the number after it is a 5, a 1, and a 0. And since the 5 is the greatest, then it means that it'll be last. And then so between these two numbers, there's a 1 and a 0, and since 0 is less than 1, 0.305 will be our first number, and 0.315 will be our second. And for these numbers, even though it only has like 2 digits after the point, it still like counts as a 0. So like, unless it has like a repeating decimal sign, which is a line above the 5, it'll just be a 0 forever basically. So if it only has 2 digits, it's not less than the digits with the 3. It's the same. It might be greater or less than depending on the second digit. So moving on, what is the place value of the bolded digit? So this came up in earlier lessons. So all we have to do is look at the number from the right and then move towards the left. So ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. So for number 4, the 6 is in the thousands place. I'll do another one. So for number 7, the number is 9,184,267. So we go from 7, ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands. So the 4 is in the thousands place, just like number 4, the question number 4. So the 4 for number 7 is also in the thousands place. For the next question, it says, which number has 1 in the ones, 10,000, 100,000, and 1,000,000th place? So it's asking for the ones in those 4 places. So let's start from the very right and then move up to the left. So the first question asks, which number has a 1 in the ones place? So this is the 1th place, and let's start marking off the ones that don't match it. So for number D, it's a 0, but it asks for a 1, so in the 1th place, so it's obviously not it. And then it says a 1 in the 10,000 place, so let's move. So ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and 10,000. So we line them up. So B has a 0 as well. So B has a 0 in the 10,000th place. So it's not going to be that one either. And then it says which number has a 1 in the 100,000 place. So from 10,000 we move to the 100,000, and for A it has a 0 and for C it has a 1. So it's not going to be A either. But to double check, we can go to the millionth place, and from 100,000 to the millionth place, it has a 1. So C is the answer for this question. So for the next question, it says it's problem solving, and it says do 0.3, 0.30, and 0.300 represent the same value. Explain your thinking. So it's yes, because as I said in the previous question, unless the decimal has like a repeating decimal sign, which is a line above the number, which indicates that the number is 0.333 and goes on to infinity. Unless it has that, if it's just 0.3 or 0.4 or 0.7 or etc., it's just gonna have a 0 at the end, even though it doesn't like show it. So this number just goes to 0.3000 till infinity. So yes, and so since all of them are just like they have the same decimal in the beginning, after the point, all 3 of them just has 0.3 and then a 0.3 in the beginning. They're all the same value. So that's it for this lesson, basically. If there's any questions, you can ask me on Saturday. Okay, bye.